conclude this My Different Ability series with a story about why I'm even here talking about these things to anyone. And the story starts actually back in high school when I was at my cousin Emily's birthday party. I was so excited to talk to my Great Aunt Lynn Fortun. Yes, there are two of them. And I was so excited to tell her about the schools I wanted to go to. So I told her all the schools, and I was so excited, and I was going to do architecture, and I was going to live my best life, and all this great stuff. And she, in the kindest but most blunt way ever, said, "No, you're not. You're not going to those schools." And as an 11th grade high school student, I was ticked. I was like, what? I didn't say this to her, but this is what I was thinking. Who are you to tell me where I can and cannot go? But yet my parents sided with her, as all good parents would do. Yes, let's side with the lady that just told your daughter that she cannot go to these other schools. Great plan. She told me that I could go to UW-Stout. She told me that UW-Stout had a disability services department that was unlike any other. They were the best. And she told me at UW-Stout, I wouldn't be just a number. I'd be a person, and I wouldn't fall through any cracks there. So yet again, my wonderful parents sided with my Aunt Lynn, and we went to tour Stout. Long story short, I loved UW-Stout. I went to Stout. I did a very, very good job at UW-Stout. About 3 months before graduating college, I was down in Madison for an interior design convention, and that will be a day I will never forget. That day, I got a phone call at 6 a.m. from my dad, which was weird for that time in my life because he didn't call me that early in the morning. And I missed the call, and I went out to the hallway and called him back. And the news he told me would forever, honestly, change my life. He told me that my Aunt Lynn, my Great Aunt Lynn, had passed away unexpectedly at the age of 56. He needed to tell me that because my mom had the exact same name as her. So he was really worried that someone would hear before he could talk to me and let me know. And he wanted me to know that we had lost my beloved Great Aunt Lynn, who is and was the most incredible person in the entire world. That day changed my life. I was sad. I was angry. It was 3 months before I was going to graduate UW-Stout, and she was going to be there, right? She was going to be, maybe not in the audience, but she was going to be proud of me and excited for me because she's one of the biggest reasons why I went there in the first place. Like Lynn would have, she had a celebration of life party. Where we had the party, it was packed. Lynn was so loved. She was loved by everyone that ever came in contact with her. That day, I also will never forget. Her wonderful best friend, Kim Little, got up and spoke some of the most amazing words and stories about my Aunt Lynn. And then Kim said, "We want to open this up for anyone else that wants to tell a story about Lynn." Here I am sitting in the audience. I started finding myself like raising my hand, and in my head, I was like, "What are you doing? Like, what? No." And I raised my hand. My hand had a mind of its own. My mind was like, "No," and I'm raising my hand. So Kim called me up, and I told my story about how Lynn told me I was not going to those other schools. I had to go to Stout. And I'm pretty positive I ugly cried through the entire thing. But it was very, very difficult for me to talk about someone that I loved so dearly and thank so often for pushing me to go to such a wonderful school. That was the first time I ever stood publicly in front of a ton of people that I knew and spoke. And that was the first day of my speaking career. And that is why I am here to this day speaking still. I have spoke on many different stages, and I will be speaking on many different stages in the future and the years to come. I'm so excited for the future of this brand and business that I am creating, and I am here to encourage everyone else to do the same thing. No, I'm not telling you to go speak on stages. What I'm telling you is to have a dream, have a goal, and go get it, and work your butt off to do it. Because I believe everyone in this world can do anything they put their minds to with a lot of hard work, determination, and never giving up. I believe in everyone. And that's why I always tell people, it's not my disability, it's my different ability. And I'm going to use my different ability to change the world. And so should you. Thank you all so much for listening to this series and watching this series. It's been a very interesting ride for me. I do publicly speak about this, but this has been different, and I really appreciate you all. And I appreciate your support and your love. Thank you so very much. I hope you have a wonderful day. And yet again, less hate, let's go motivate. Let's go change the world. Have a great day. See ya. I want to leave this final message for my wonderful, beautiful, dear Aunt Lynn. Thank you so much for believing in me. Thank you so much for loving me. And thank you so much for pushing me. I love you. I miss you. And if I could be even 10% of the person you were, I know I'll do great things in the world. I love you, Lynn. See you.